Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your girl Brittany. Babes, I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, skipping, hopping, leaping. We doing a Dougie bow or Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. Also, if y'all are participating in Halloween, let me know what costumes y'all are going for on Halloween. I got 3 in mind: a bunny, a fairy, or a Girl Scout. Okay, I'm giving cute, I'm giving sexy, I'm giving grown for Halloween. Also, just to let y'all know, once you click the link on my Patreon, y'all can become a member, become a paid member on my Patreon. That way y'all can get exclusive videos from me, whether it be other shows that I'm reviewing on smaller networks or, fights, fades. I also put those on there as well. If y'all ever want to see some uncuts, they're on there as well. I just wrapped up Baddies West. I also just wrapped up Playboys Las Vegas, the one that Cashy was over and that he hosted. And now I'm almost done with Valley Girls Season 3. Let me know some suggestions of some shows that y'all would like for me to review on my Patreon in the comment section below. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so this video was everything. Okay, this episode was really, really, really good. I really enjoyed, and y'all know I don't like Mac. Oh, let me do my disclaimer too. As y'all know, I show favoritism. I'm biased. I am all of that. I have my faves. Y'all are here for my opinion. I personally don't have to be equal or anything because I have my faves. I have my people. But in this episode, I'm not gonna lie. If y'all been here with me for a long time, everybody know I don't like Mac. Everybody know Mac is not one of my favorites, but I definitely feel like Mac was up in here. This was Mac's episode. Very much so. This was Mac's episode. Cashy and Mac, but truly, it's something about when Mac go to one of them rooms and close that door. It's something about it when Mac put in his head like, hey, when I see him, I'm on him. It's something about it. It's a mindset, or it's some extra substance happening. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. But yeah, it was Mac's episode. It was definitely his episode. Marty and Solo got up in there. Okay, that was cool to start us off. That was cool. They got right to it. Boom. House B ain't playing. House B said this our stuff. They sticking together. It's them versus production. They was like, no. When they asked who's next, we're not gonna get out the bus. I was like, oh, okay. I like it. But overall, like I said before, Mac and Cashie, but mostly Mac. This was Mac's episode, very much so. Cashy even said himself that Mac gagged him. Mac was keeping up. This was not Love and War. And honestly, too, it's always when we as the viewers tell them like, oh, you ducking smoke. You scared. When we tell them that, it's something that just, comes up out of them. And they like, nah, let me show them real quick I ain't scared. And I definitely feel as though that's what Mac did in this episode. He showed Cashy that he was not scared of him. And he's not afraid to get in the field behind his respect, or whatever the case is. Now, too, I love the tea. I love the mess. I love the drama. So when Cashy was like, you did this with, and you let me even do this. You was with him. You was with, me taking notes just in case. We got to bring that back up, okay? Hopefully they talk about that more on the panel, okay? Thank y'all. I need y'all to really get into that on the panel, okay? Let's put the fights to the side. Let's talk about the tea. Pootie lying. Now, Pootie, why you sit up there lying like that? What you lie like that for? I'm believing you. Nah, I feel like I see why you and Landon go together so bad. Cause both of y'all be lying and manipulating. Cause why is you lying on that man? Like, mind you, don't get me wrong, he has done stuff with other people. And yes, like, baby, he all on Twitter. I don't know why he telling me something you ain't got no proof. The proof is definitely on Twitter. Definitely on Twitter. And you don't have to search hard. Well, I didn't, at least. I didn't have to search hard when I seen Mac on Twitter getting stuff done. I didn't have to search hard. So I don't know what he talking about. Ain't no proof. It's proof. It's proof on Twitter, boots. It's proof on Twitter. They got you. Camera 3D. Stop playing. Pootie up that line. Ken still ain't fault, but I'm happy that, you know, they really didn't give Ken too much camera time. Cause it's like, okay, shut up, sit down, thank you. I still like Ken though. I still like him. Matt came with his confessionals. The confessionals was good from him. Mal and Landon. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot. I'm not gonna lie though. My opinion definitely changed once I seen both of them talking to each other. I definitely feel like our favorites are starting to mature, y'all. We gotta get some immatures back up on the scene. Cause what's going on here? Not y'all want to grow. Why are we growing? Fade. But no, for real. Like, they had a grown man discussion, which was cool. I'm like, okay, great. Love that for them. Hate that for me, you know, obviously, because I'm not paying for them to be grown. All the boys looked good and they black and they all black. They looked good. My favorite outfit, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, from like me watching it, my favorite outfit was from Ant and Pootie. Both of them had that shit on. Like, both of them looked clean. They looked clean. Rich, they looked clean. I loved his silver chain. Like, they was looking good. I loved Ant's shirt with the blue bandana. Clean. It was clean. And Pootie, I just like his oversized shirt with the big writing on it. Y'all know he didn't dye his hair. So he looked good. The brown, I just loved all that. Like, they looked really nice. Really, really nice. But yeah, so far, that's what I got as like my first thoughts. Overall, this episode was really, really good, especially coming from the last episode to this one. I was like, okay, now this TV doing their thing with this. Because, you know, the last episode, it was cool. It wasn't my favorite. I definitely am not, you know, thinking about it. I'm not having conversations with my sister about it all through the week or anything. So it was cool. But this episode, I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Y'all wanted us to enjoy the hookup, and then, you know, boom, y'all gave me what I needed. Because I needed this. It was so good, y'all. I'm not going to lie to y'all. This episode was really, really, really good. It really was. Okay, so let's go and get into the episode. Let's get into it. Now, I'm going to start off first of all with the intro. Now, I really had never paid the intro no type of attention, except from the first episode. When I seen the intro, I was like, okay, they look nice. They look good. Mind you, with Sheik, they got him like, I don't know who edited his, but I do think y'all need to go back and re-edit that because his eyes is closed on his part. And don't get me wrong, like, usually I skip through, but I did see that little thing. I'm like, why is his eyes closed? Did y'all peep that on the intro? Like, everybody else look good. Sheik still look good, but his eyes is closed. Like, y'all need to go back and re-edit that. So we start off the episode with Landon putting it on the floor. So in a way, it does seem as though he's trying to call Ken out for not catching his fade with Zeta. But before, you know, I seen the whole episode with him and Maul talking, I'm like, that's the pot calling the kettle black, because production set it up for you and Maul to get that, and you still ain't got that. So pot calling kettle black. Not only that, you and Pootie was supposed to get that, but you was copping with Pootie. So pot calling the kettle black. Ken, you seen that obviously Landon was talking about him, because as he was saying the words, he was turning his eyes towards Ken. Ken raising his hand. So Ken knew, you know, a hit dog, obviously it's Ken. He hollered. And true, like, you know, no shade, we're on episode 6. I do need Ken to get in the field. But again, they had already told us Ken is giving like Caribbean. Once that dog come out, he on it. So, you know, to an extent, I don't mind waiting, because they said when him and Pootie get that, they gonna get that. He gonna tell Pootie. So, I want to see a tear. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting right now. Right now, I don't mind waiting. So Metro ends up saying that he still wants that with Zeta. To an extent, no lie, Metro paid it. They already said after the first day, Metro don't fight no more this season, which is good to me because, like, I don't necessarily need to see Metro drag Zeta around no more. I get why he needs to get that from him again, but pay it. You already swung him around the world, blended him up 3 times, okay? He's not a smoothie no more. He's definitely a liquid drink. No shade. So, at this point, just pay it. Now, again, Landon, pot calling the kettle black. He feels as though Zeta shouldn't have jumped into nothing that had nothing to do with him. Okay, cool. To an extent, I understand where he's coming from as a host, but also, too, the first fade Zeta had to catch was behind your messy ass going out your way to pillow talk to D. Scott. So, to an extent, ever since he been up in here, he been catching fades that ain't got nothing to do with him, and he's been having your back. And then, too, you can't say in the same breath, oh, I gotta stay out of that, and then saying, "Oh, I feel like he should have been over here because I'm the only one who got his back." No, you haven't had his back the whole time. You have not had his back at all. He has had his own back. He has been catching his face. Now, don't get me wrong. He has been, involving himself in stuff that has something to do with his house, but overall, no, like, you haven't been having his back. Like, let's not do that. So Rich Day comes up with this master plan to just go over to House A's bus and play like, they own that or whatever the case is. Man catches a stray by Cashy, which took me because what Man had to do with it? So boom, they go over, run to their van. Good, it's security locking the door. It's security. He tired. He said, "Hold on, nigga, I need a break." And he unlocked that door. They looking crazy. So I'm all like, don't think that we won but y'all ain't doing that. Didn't nobody stand up and security locked y'all down. And I didn't see y'all playing as if y'all was trying to get off the bus no way. So pay it. And I'm not gonna lie, I agree with Man. If it was House B bus and House A was charging at them, they definitely would have opened their door up. Absolutely. Because they know House B be ready, they on time and they on go. So yeah, they definitely playing the house is different. So Zeta is basically comfortable in the house that he's in. They gonna get into whatever they got going on. But overall, he feel like he made the best choice by not being in Landon's house because it's been a lot of weird stuff going on anyway. And again, I think the weird stuff that he talking about or that, he's implying to is the fact that Landon was pillow talking to D. Scott. Also, did y'all peep? Zeta eyes busted when they did the side view. His eye is busted, but honestly, I couldn't see that. I'm trying to figure out where the bust came from. To be honest, I'm kind of nosy. The raccoon ends up getting a front row seat to the fade between Marty and Solo. Now, mind y'all, Solo has been thirsty for this fade. Thirsty. He needs that so bad for Marty. Marty finally gives it to him. Now, boom. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I had to keep going back. Solo fight so wild. He fight like big legs. They fight so wild. Oh my God. And Marty seemed like he got a little squabble on him. He don't really move when he fight. He just throw the fist. But I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe, when he fight, he leans his head in. Solo was leaning his head away. And boom, Solo gets his eye. Now, mind you, they go 2 rounds. And Solo, to me, got both rounds because you seen Marty's hands, but it didn't look like he touched Solo. It didn't seem like he connected to Solo at all. If he did, he connected like to his chest, but not no face or anything like that. No meaningful hits. So boom, Solo catches that eye. It was a nasty. I was like, oh my God. Looked like his face is melting. So Solo gets that eye. He got that eye, boo. Got that eye. Now, mind you, everybody shut. The eye shut. The eye is very much so open to me. I'm looking at the eye. The eye see me. I see the eye. I'm like, ain't that shut? He blinking and everything. The eye is down a little bit, but the eye not shut. The eye not closed. The eye is giving like the nerves in the eye is like, oh, you know, the nerves is going crazy in the eye, but the eye is still here. The eye is still alive. The eye is still in the building. What are we talking about? The eye being shut? Because I look at the eye, I'm seeing the eye is open. Now, maybe the eye started going down, but like shut, the eye is not giving shut. Maybe in a little while, the eye gonna be shut. But for what I'm seeing, the camera view that I'm looking at, the eye is still with us. The eye is still in the building. So I don't know why they kept eye shut, because the eye ain't shut. The eye is still here. So man jumps, leaps, hop, skips, do the doggy bow, at the van, because he won't there with Solo. Solo still walking to some, you can get it, you fat ass, yeah, you can get it. Still walking though. Can't get it too much because you're still walking though. You're still walking. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Still walking though. You didn't need that. So as y'all know, they get into it in the next episode, and that's when we get the rocket in the socket. So it is giving, you know, all that big talk Solo. You can't fuck with me. You can't fuck with me. You is scared of man. You had to get a rocket in a socket to handle man. Come on now. Y'all be scared of man. Now, Marty, I am going to call you out, boo. I ain't going to lie. Marty don't give me that he fight all the time. I think he can definitely defend himself, but he don't give me, you know, every day of the week he clocking in the fight. I think when the eye got hit, he was taken off guard, and it did not give round after round on his behalf, in my opinion, because Solo like, come on, and you like, come on. But you weren't trying to come on after that eye. Like, it gave, you're not used to that. The eye threw you off, and you just need to sit it out after that. You was like, okay, we got our one. He got my eye. But hey, it is what it is. I'm going to go on by my business. That's what it's giving me when it comes to Marty. But honestly, I barely was had, in my opinion. Marty still looked good, and that's just that. Like, Marty looked good. Like, regardless, I never gave shut. Marty is the type of dude, to me, like, he too pretty. Like, he gonna defend himself, but he just don't give me he be in the streets like that. It seemed like, because Marty do hair, so it seemed like Marty about his business. He stay booked doing hair. He don't have time to be find you out in the streets. He's too busy collecting a check, making the girls look like stars that they are, slaying hair. He don't have time to beef with you. Oh. So yeah, no shade. Like, Marty don't give me a fighter like that, and that's okay. We're all not made the same. It's all right. I'ma always let Marty slide. So I guess it was a big deal on production's end, because House B, you know, was opening the door, and they was trying to basically, you know what I'm saying, get some of their face out the way. Man wanted to go and get there with Solo. So I guess they was like, no, this is our shit, man. You listen to us. You is cast. We production. We gonna run this. We don't have the cameras and the lights and the things set up for Man and Solo. We got it set up for Marty and Solo. You shut the hell up. You don't tell us how to direct. Okay, Aunt JR, come on, get that. So mind you, before they tell Aunt and JR to come on and get that, the House B, you know, has made an alliance against production. They like, hold on now, son. And they wasn't going for that. So they stuck together and they said, no, one band, one sound, this Irish. Which, to an extent, I like it. One thing about a lot of them, they really don't allow production to play with them like that. House B, you know, these are mostly the stars that we're used to. And, you know, to an extent, they learned the ropes, and they know that who they can say certain stuff to. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't hold their tongue because they know they're going to give a show every time. So, you know, in that time frame of them being on the bus, production had them messed up. So they said, you know what, we're not going to give a show right now. We're finna boycott. And boom, when they asked Aunt to come, Aunt said no. I said, oh, okay. They not playing with them. They said boycott. We're gonna do what we want to do. Now, let me touch her hand when I say this, JR, because they're so annoying to me. Like, be for real. Talking about handpicked. I was handpicked. You're only on the show because you are family members of T-Lo and Sway. That's the only reason why you're here. Nobody in the history of niggerdom said, hey, you know what'd be great if we bring JR. You know, I think the fans will really want to see JR. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. You have given nothing to this show. Out of the 6 episodes that you've been here, background character shadow. And that's one reason why I don't like for them to put their family members on, because Sway didn't give anything on Love and War. Very much just there, taking up space, asking for polyamorous relationships. Like, be for real. Couldn't nobody hit him. Couldn't nobody touch him. And then here you go, taking up space, looking like who did it and why. Eyes bucked, trying to be sassy with everybody, but don't want to get in the field. Like, be for real. Not helping, not jumping in fights for your house, but breaking them up. Like, what is your purpose of being here? I was handpicked. Boy, please. Shut up. You probably asked to be on. And they were like, well, JR, you know, cousin, you have been working with Now That's TV for a while, you know. All of us, we want to be stars. We never want to be in the background. So, you know, we'll see. And they gave you an opportunity. You blew it. And mind you, once you and Aunt do get in the field, they already said Aunt dogged you. They have already let it be known that Aunt dog walked you. So let's calm down. Not only that, y'all know I do not like Aunt. I never wanted Aunt to be on Playboys. But let's be clear. I definitely don't think that Aunt had to make no petition or pay blogs. I don't think Aunt has to do all that. I really don't. I don't. I personally don't. Because everybody's not like me. Some people really do like Aunt. Some people actually think Aunt is the drama. Not me. But it's some people in the back of the class, maybe 2 or 3 hands that go up that live for Aunt. I don't live for Aunt. But Aunt is the drama. He gonna stir the pot. He gonna be messy. He's going to give a show. Maybe I don't personally care about the show that he gives, but a show is gonna be had when it comes to Aunt. And that's just that on that. One thing about it, Aunt gonna give a show. And that's just true. He is. I'm gonna give him his credit. He gives a show. He's going to give a show. He's gonna get in the field. He's gonna get beat up. He's going to somewhat entertain the 3 in the back. I'm gonna skip 15. But those people in the back are going to be entertained. They're gonna, woo! He's somebody's favorite. He's not mine. Not only that, paying the blogs, I don't think Aunt has to pay the blogs. Now, I don't believe that. I don't believe Aunt has to pay the blogs. I think when Aunt get into it with somebody, most of the time they're irrelevant like him. And that's no shade. A person he always get into it with is Shaba. Shaba is one of the most irrelevant people from Now That's TV. But she always finds her way in the mix of something. And if it's not her, it's somebody else, you know. But I don't think Aunt has to pay the blogs. I definitely think on slow days, he try to spice it up. And the blogs have no choice but to pick it up because they need something to post. So, no, I don't think he has to pay them or anything like that. But, you know, be for real. So, she and Katari are talking. As y'all know, they used to be a thing. And it seems as though she wanted some cutty time with somebody that they was about to fight out there. He on a different type of timing. Y'all know he ain't really gave it up since like the first day. So he here trying to give looks and trying to see who he can seduce. And Katari's not on that. Katari's out there trying to fade, and she's trying to find his next victim. Boom. So they fight about the shower. Thank God, because, you know, they be swearing y'all stink. They don't be giving stink, but Katari ends up letting it be known the next person who tries to get in the shower before him, he needs that. I'm not going to lie. After we seen him fight, you probably just going to have to get that. No shade. Like, be for real. It's not giving that. But then, too, I want to know who was he trying to conquer? You know, I definitely want to know. I definitely want to know. I'm interested. To be continued. So we get Mac's intro, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at Mac. Maybe the sun is beating on him a little good. The purple look good on him. I'm like, okay, Mac kind of handsome. Okay, who is this? Clean and clear and under control. Then he took the tooth out, bitch. I said, ugh, ew, ugly. Ew. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, the tooth in, you know, the purple on Mac look good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate the haircut though. Could have kept the do-rag on. Thank you. Appreciate it. Keep the do-rag on. Took the do-rag off, seen the haircut, tooth out, bitch. It was over with for me. I immediately dry. And just PSA, in his confessional, I ain't never seen no thick ass slides like that. Them slides is so thick. Jesus. Oh my God. What kind of slides are those, Lord? Them slides was too thick, and I hate the outfit. He didn't know what he wanted to give today. The jacket, the sweatpants, thick ass slides. I said, what's going on? White socks, the haircut, girl, the tooth out. It's just too much. So he ends up saying the house smelled like something that he used to. I don't know why he said something. He can't live in them conditions. Them the conditions that he's always in. Like, no shade. Is we talking about the same house that you be doing the same thing up in? Okay. 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 Now Mac gets in the building and Ken, messy self running. Mac here, Mac. Big Mac truck. He already went in the bathroom and clash. Oh my God, Mac. He just had the stuff on the sink. He had to get it up in there, allegedly. So, you know, he's saying all that over there. Mac. Cashy panic. Cashy like, okay, and so what? Am I gonna get a free check? Like, okay, and the truck is here. Toot. Who cares? So Landon coming there, Landon like, oh, Mac's outside. He need that. Come on, put on your sneakers, because he's ready to get that with you. So Mac gives us a speech before Cashy gets out there. He said, you know, it's win, lose, or draw with him. And to an extent, you know, he does bring up the comments, basically just saying how we were saying that, you know, he was scared of Cashy or whatever. Because I know I was one of the main ones. Like, you took off in that car though. You fought Ant, but you ain't fight Cashy though. Y'all zoomed off in that car though. And, you know, you really never got your lick back when it came to Cashy. So, you know, again, now you want to get your lick back after we seen on Love and War you didn't need that. And it definitely gave scare. But again, you know, that's what we be saying. They be in the house, they get beat up, whatever. You have been paid it in real life, but because it came out on TV, everybody saying you're a punk. And you know, one of the lines I always go back to is Daisy's. Y'all go home, your family see it, your family like, ooh, twin, sister, brother, like what is going on? You gonna let them do you like that? And that's when, you know, everybody get in their head that they gotta get their lick back. And you know, it's 50-50 chance if you come out successful or you end up failing. But in this particular case, I definitely feel as though Mac came out successful. So the first round, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I definitely feel as though Cashy took that first round, especially like them beginning hits. Cause Mac immediately put his head down. I'm like, I thought we was coming with the truck. Yeah, like we know it's in the building. I feel like once Cashy turned a little bit, Mac started keeping up with him. You know, you could tell he really got in the fight then. He felt the target. He was aiming for his target. But I felt like by the time he started keeping up with Cashy, Cashy was like, oh, he keeping up with me. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. And, you know, both of them got activated. But that first phase, I'm going to give it to Cashy because Cashy from the beginning was on it, working them uppercuts in the front of the head. Like I said, when he got turned, he came back. That's, to me, when Mac started keeping up with him. But Mac, it took a minute for him to start keeping up with Cashy. To me, it took a second to be like, oh, okay, we're fighting for real. Like, yeah, so I give Cashy that first round. And let me tell y'all know they fight hard because the head of security, he usually have a hat on. They have fought so hard. This man is showing his bald head. I don't feel as though I've ever seen the top of this man's head. That's how you know they fight hard, because his head is showing. So they go to second round, and I feel like that's where the top really set in there, because both of them was hitting each other. It was nothing but face. Like, it was nothing but face on both ends. Like, you could tell by the end, both of them was really mad, and it was just like, I'm not going down without a fight. Ain't no win, lose, or draw. You gonna tie or I'm gonna take you. And I definitely felt like both of them was taking each other. Mind y'all, when I first watched it, I'm not gonna lie to you, man, I seen my hand was on my face. I'm in it hard. hard. Girl, somebody could have came and knocked at my door and all. Baby, I'm not hearing nothing but the punches. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm looking like Landon. Like, ooh, Jesus Christ. Like, they going hard. Like, both of them really needed that. Both of them was giving, like, full force. I will say by the end, it was giving Mac was slowing down. They was getting tired. They was getting tired. Because both of them was really putting in 100%. So Cashy is asking Mac for another round. So they start reading each other. I definitely don't feel as though Cashy should have brought up the kids. He ends up saying like Matt got 2 kids. Regardless of if he got 2 kids or not, that's what I be talking about. And y'all swear, oh, he just talking about the parenting, but I ain't gonna lie, I love Cashy. Cashy is my fave, but you do be as quick bringing up the kids. I think, when they see themselves fight, they they see they didn't do that bad. I think when they end it, they be feeling like, oh, they beat me or whatever the case was. Fight wasn't bad at all. Neither one. Very entertaining for me, for both of them. But he shouldn't have brought up Mac kids. Yes, Mac likes what he likes. And, I wish he would just live in his truth. But he not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody been speculating. Then got it on camera. It's on Twitter. He is not going to ever admit to it. And that's okay. Because as long as we all know the truth and we're not delusional, that's all that matters. But overall, I don't feel like he should have brought up the man kids. Because kids ain't got nothing to do with it. Like, we got to stop bringing the children in it. So, mind you, as they get into it, like I said, I'm listening to the tea now. Like, now I got, the churn out of the way. I'm like, okay, now what else? Pen and paper. So, he ends up letting it be known that he ain't did it with Mom. We already knew that. JR, that was already last year tea, which JR ain't admitted to it, but here go Cashy calling it out that somebody else was called it out when it comes to JR, so they need to talk about that on the panel. But JR ain't gonna do nothing but be like, no, that's not true. Anyways, I always believe when they get into it like this, I be believing it. When they go low blow for low blow, that's what I be believing. Yeah, JR, then he said he what? And not got on his knees for Ann. Oh, okay. Then Cash said he ain't got on his knees for him. I'm like, oh, okay. I ain't know that was a little new. Okay. Now, we do remember the whole him and Maul situation because that happened first season of Playboys. They was on live. And Mac was basically just saying like Maul is his. We remember that. We remember that. We were all collectively here for that. We remember that. That was the beginning of all them. When it was them 3, you know what I'm saying? The Cheetah Girls. It was all 3 of the Cheetah Girls. And one by one, we was picking them off. Very much Charlie's Angels. So yeah. Not new tea, but if you didn't know, now you know. And he was like, you can't prove it, but like I said, Twitter. It's all on Twitter. And some of these like arguments and stuff is on TikTok too. So yeah, and then YouTubers who was reporting on it at the time have the clips still on YouTube. So it could definitely be proven. So Cashy feeling some type of way. And obviously, because I do this work and sometimes I get backlash like from people who watch me, and obviously they get backlash from people who watch me, and others who know nothing about me, so they got all these comments running through their head. So obviously Cashy is feeling defeated because he know that somebody gonna be like, oh, he big for nothing. Mac dog walked him. Mac ate him up. Don't make me call Mac. He already know them comments is coming. So his mind is racing to that because a lot of times he know like he gonna do his thing. He knows that he's tall and he get out there. He's a fighter. He knows that. But because he feel like he didn't do his best and he already got in his head what we gonna say, now he want that again. And the same when it came to Mac. Mac did what he did on the show. We started talking. He felt like he needed to get his lick back because of what we said. So it really it's just a cycle. And basically that's what made Cashy want to go back out there, fight him again, and give him that again. Because he like, no, you just came here. You not finna work me. We not doing that. I'm going to get another round on you. And I guess to an extent because he really ain't had no problem with Mac. He understood why Mac had a problem with him, but he didn't have a problem with Mac. So it was kind of like, well, I don't have no problem with you and you want to fight me. Now we in fault. You feel like you got the best of me, and I feel like you got the best of me. So now I'm gonna fight you for real. Like I'm now you and make me mad. Like now we gonna have to fight again. Now Pootie, you are wrong, and I definitely feel as though Pootie had no business lying on him. Like, yeah, we know that Mac and did stuff with his cast members. We already know that. That's not no secret. But at the same time, too, you already knew the scandal that was gonna scan. You already knew what you was doing. So no, I'm not messing with Pootie. You know, the way he coming in the confessionals, and even when he came to confront Mac, he not taking no accountability for lying on him. You know, and lying on yourself. You coming in hot like, yeah, because you lied on me. What lie did he say about you? Like, my thing is, I hope they get into that on the panel too. What lie did Mac say about Pootie to justify him saying this? Because right now, it's really no justification. Because I believed you, bitch. Don't have me up here believing you. Because I'm really thinking like, oh, another body. Another one. You know, and that's not even that. I mean, with the others, yeah. But with you, no, it's not. So, you know, no. And so I hit a million likes. Da, da, da. I know you did. Because we love the drama. We love the tea. We love the mess. But, you know, you shouldn't have did that. You wrong for that. And I'm glad I always say allegedly. Thank God. So Cashy, you know, is hype, need that again, thinking about what we gonna say, all in the back of his mind. So he just bum rushes Mag and takes off on him, get a good one hit, boom, right in Mag's face, you know, and then security pulling him off on him or whatever. So even though Cashy is tall and all this, Cashy feels as though, you know, both of us hit each other with the pool stick. I ain't have no issue with you. I didn't necessarily know you had an issue with me. I did not want to fight you. Leave me alone. Like, you're looking for a storyline with me and you want to get your lick back because it didn't turn out for you how you wanted it to be. And I came here already having my mindset on the people I was gonna fight and who I was gonna keep getting. And then you decided to come mix the program up and want to get me. So what you want to get me, now I'm gonna get you. And you decided to keep up with me. You decided to go in the bathroom. I already had yourself together. Come in, I already thinking that you was gonna win. You kept up with me. We kept up with each other. You was doing your big one, and you thinking that you finna come in here and embarrass me. This my show. This my shit. You not finna come up in here and embarrass me. I'm finna get you. So you know, after that, that's when he got him. After that, that is when they go outside to get their last fight. Now, mind you, him and production are alluded to substances. Basically, mind you, he closed the door. He did this on Deja Vu as well. He closed the door. All you hear is so that's given. Let me set the scene because y'all know we can't really say it on YouTube, but it's very much given on the counter. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's in a plastic bag. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or it's gonna give on the palm of that hand, by the thumb, by the index. We're gonna put it right there, and we're gonna raise it up to our face. We're gonna go above our nose to the nose. I mean, we're gonna go above our lips to the nose, and magic will start happening. Same thing that they said that Jocelyn be doing, allegedly. Same thing. Power up. Ready, set, go. And you know, I don't know if y'all ever, but they be strong. They be strong. So, mind you, even in his confessional, he laughed and then he started itching his nose. So, allegedly, he might be on that stuff. Now, mind you, they keep calling it superpowers. Obviously, you know, if you grown, you really know what they alluding to. But they end up saying, you know, he has superpowers instead of saying what they, you know, they letting us hear it and stuff like that. Just in case, you know, just in case. You never want to do that, but hopefully they do ask him that on the panel, and it just depends on what he say. But he alluded to it too, so just never know. Cashy did say, you know, and you not sharing. I think Cashy is just keying right now because I definitely don't think he's on no hard substance. I don't believe so. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like I just told y'all, if the superpower thing is true, you don't want to fight people when they on them superpowers. You don't. You really don't. Like, to be honest, I love Cashy, and you know, if they wouldn't have told us about the superpower, I would have said, now, Cashy, you supposed to give him a fade. But when somebody on that stuff, hey, baby, you really need to back up. So Cashy just wanted to get his lick and punch the boy face in with the knee. I don't really blame him. I really don't. I think, it was a good lick. He grabbed his hand real quick, slung him down, kneeing him. And I ain't gonna lie. Kneeing him, then he kicked him at one point with the back of his foot. I'm like, ugh, grassy mouth. Ugh, grassy face. It looked at a mess. Cashy then was like, nope, I'm gonna let the high go down. You got it. I got my lick. I'm gonna get you when I get you. I don't blame him in this moment. If you know, you know. When it comes to that type of abuse, you know, you know. So in this moment, right now, I get it. I understand it. Because if y'all ever seen it, you know. I don't know what he talking about, but see, he on a superpower. So he probably really didn't feel it. But he definitely hit you with that knee twice. So they end up talking to Nickel Boy. As y'all know, Nickel Boy was in it behind Isaiah last season, as he should be, only the fam, period. But they are telling Nickel Boy to do a little more, give a little more dialogue, be seen. But he said, the conversation that they talking about not really his speed, and he really can't keep up with it. So it's like he just there more so waiting on somebody to pop on his brother, waiting on somebody to do something so he can get in the field behind his brother, which he's going to do. We know him and Ken do fight eventually, and I don't know if him and Pootie fight, but I know in the trailer him and Ken fought. Now Landon is basically talking about him and Maul hosting Mac and how he feels as though Mac has outgrown Playboys. No, Mac need to check just like all y'all. He need to check like, oh yeah, I definitely don't think that Mac is the ultimate playboy or anything like that. I don't think Landon is the ultimate playboy neither. I think Maul is the ultimate playboy. When you think of playboys, Maul is the first person that jumps up in your head, or Cashy. But in my opinion, I feel as though who ran that show season 1 was Maul. I definitely feel like Maul stamped that show to be his, whether it be his confessionals or his fights. I definitely think, again, when you think of Playboys, you think of Maul very much. And he's did all 3 seasons. Cashy has also did all 3 seasons, but I don't know. Whatever Maul gave first season, that was that. I think he stamped it ever since. Now, Cashy does his thing too, but I definitely feel like season 2, as far as like confessionals and stuff, Cashy was a little lackluster. He did catch his fade with Dooley, but I really don't remember any other phase he got into. I just remember he tore Dooley up, baby. Tore Dooley up so bad. But Max sat out a season. Landon just came last season. So I don't feel like they the ultimate, because if Mac would have came last season, turned up, oh, okay, cool. Maybe then you'll be in that discussion. But you didn't come. So oh well. And just saying that he like outgrew the show, I'm not gonna say he outgrew the show. I will say out of all them though, he was the first one they allowed to host. He had already hosted Zodiac House. So I do feel like, they really messed with him at one point. But he kind of been off the scene too when it comes to a lot of these shows. He hasn't really been in the limelight as well. So I feel like he fell back from TV after Love and War more so. I don't think he outgrew anything. I just think that we haven't seen him that much, and no shade, we're really not checking for him because it's so much other stuff going on where you don't really notice that he'll wait until he come back. And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely think Mac woke it up with his presence. Like he said, y'all here to catch y'all phase and do y'all ones. And I definitely think, like I said before, this was his episode, and I definitely think he shook it up, because truly House B was giving kumbaya, bitch. No, we're not doing that. Run your phase, run your ones. Landon ends up saying this boy answer, talking about some energy low. Ain't nobody been really trying to fight him. Everybody been giving him respect. Boo, everybody giving you respect because you was copping police over the phone before you got here. Energy was low because energy was high on the internet, and you made sure you called and made sure that you told them that your energy was low. Stop it. Now, mind y'all, they show unseen footage, which I thought this was a key. Basically, Ma comes in the car. He like, host of Playboys, landing instantly. How do you feel? How do he feel? A hosting was gonna be had though. First scene, you made it seem as though you ain't talked to him. Energy was low. That's what I be saying. Like he be lying. He's always lying. He like, oh yeah, energy low. I'm gonna be hosting it by myself. All this, all that. Y'all get in the car. Immediately Maul is like, oh my god, host. You ask him how he feel, you then water it down a little more. Oh, I wouldn't want to host with anybody else. I'm glad that both of us are hosting. Huh? Crazy. Not only that, y'all are friends outside it, supposedly. They really cool, whatever. That's great. And I get it. Now that TV probably did present it to him a different type of way. But I feel as though still you popped on the internet playing as though, oh, I'm not coming, I'm not hosting with nobody, da da da. Soon as you see him in person, you ask him how he feel about hosting. Oh, you wouldn't mind hosting with him. You wouldn't want to host with anybody else. But you was doing all that on the internet. You could have just saved it. You could have said, now that's TV presenting it different, but regardless, I'm a rock out with the opportunity. You up here, oh no, nah, because they didn't make him host with nobody, and I feel like they playing me, all this, all that. Okay, I've been told y'all I be seeing through Landon. I like to see Maul being vulnerable. I do. I like to see this side of Maul, but also too, I definitely feel like Maul was throwing shots when he sat there and said Landon is your co-host. But he didn't say you Landon's co-host. He said that Landon to be your co-host. But I feel like, more so he was putting it on the floor. Like, it did bother me. It tripped me out because to me as a viewer, he painted a picture of like, me and you cool, me and you hang out outside of this, and you going on the internet saying that you ain't want me to host. Like, like I thought we was cool. I thought we was better than that. He painted a picture for the audience to let the audience know that he ain't had no problem with hosting with Landon, and how him and Landon is friends now. And of course, everybody wants them to fight, but he went on that type of time, and Landon did hurt his feelings. But I feel like Maul is coming into it genuine. He is being shady, but I do feel like he coming into it genuine because he did build up a friendship with Landon, and like no shade too, he beat Landon up, so he really don't have nothing to prove necessarily in this particular situation because he know he could beat the brakes off Landon. So Landon then blames now that's TV, which is true, but I feel like on the internet you should have blamed him from the beginning. You should have just said now that's TV didn't present it that way instead of you popping it how you was popping it. But he ends up saying to Maul that it's not as TV's fault and it's really not that serious because you hosting your house, I'm hosting my house. At the end of the day, I'm taking the lead with the hosting, which is true. We see that through his actions. He is taking the lead with the hosting situation, and like he said, a check is a check. All money is green and blue. So as long as I get my green and blue, I don't care. Which I feel as though it is right. At the end of the day, y'all are here just to make y'all money and do y'all job. So I understand that. But you shouldn't have been popping it how you was popping it and telling me something. Now I'm in the right headspace. Before they even told you that, I definitely think that you should have talked to somebody, like somebody that you trusted or something. And maybe he ended up talking to his parents or, somebody a little older than him and said that, the check is the check. Host with him, do your job, out host him, and just be great. I definitely think he has out host him all when it comes to these 6 episodes because I don't remember Maul doing all this season 2. I really don't. I barely remember Maul actually being a host. And then he being funny, bringing up Q and Zavo when they had nothing to do. I don't think nobody was looking for them to host Playboys. Like, no funny stuff. I don't think nobody was looking for Q or Zavo to host the next season of Playboys. He trying to go all the way off the ringer instead of taking accountability for what he said on the internet. But I would say this too: if they didn't show the footage, it definitely would have went as if like, Landon know who to play with. But I ain't gonna lie to you. Even in the van, in my opinion, low key, you had to catch it. Ma was still throwing shade. Ma was still throwing shade your way. And Ma got in the back of his head that you know who to play with. I don't care how cool y'all is. I guarantee you Ma got in the back of his hand, Landon know better. Because if y'all ever got into it, that's what's gonna be said. You know better. You copping, please. Yeah, you know it's better to be my friend because I bloodied that nose. He know that. We know that. Everybody know that. That's the elephant in the room always. And it do be seeming like you know who to, you know when to get in line when it come to Maul. You know that. When it come to Maul, when it come to Cashy, you know that. It's been 2 days in, you definitely put your hands on Khalil, and it's not getting harder and harder and harder. No, who they want you to put your hands on, you making sure peace. With both of them, with Pootie and with Maul. Now him and Pootie fight later on, but when it came to Maul and Pootie in the beginning, nah, Landon wasn't trying to catch no face. He want to pick who he want to fade. So the Playboys go to do their photo shoot. All the boys look so good. They look so handsome. Everybody's looking good with their all black on. Everybody look good. Delicious. Maybe can even eat them up. They look great. So, mind you, in the next episode, that's when the boys get to ride. And again, the brawl happens. And, you know, that is when Pootie and Isaiah get it. I wonder, is the trunk going to be popped? Isaiah look like he find hard. I'm going to lie to you. They got to get his lick back bad. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. I love y'all so much. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. The Pretty Princess is up out of here. See you in the next one. Bye.